Hi everyone, Deb here with Dahlia Designs. So the other day on Pirates Pretties, I shared with you these emerald earrings with emerald Swarovski bicone 6mm. And our color was either gunmetal or bronze, and I chose the gunmetal. So I made these cute dragonfly earrings. And I had one large dragonfly left. Okay, I originally had gotten them at Fire Mountain, and this was the number H20A6520FN, but I don't know if it's still available because that was probably 2 years ago, and maybe longer. I don't know. Anyway, they were gunmetal finished pewter, and it came in a pack of 3, so I used the 2 little ones here, and I had one left, so I wanted to make a matching necklace to go with these. So I thought I'd share the process with you. So these were the Swarovski bicones. I also had used these little gunmetal plated brass square round 3mm. They're very shiny. Also from Fire Mountain, H202017. That's a BB on the end. It won't focus for me. Anyway, that's why I'm reading them. And then I decided to use a lobster claw, some little crimp beads, some jump rings, which maybe I'll need more of. Those were all out of these bead landing findings pack in the gunmetal color that I got in 2012. So I don't know if they still carry them. And then I'm going to use some wire guardians, and I'll probably need actually 2 more of those too, because I'm going to use 2 right here. And then I'm going to need 4 more of those, 1 for here and 1 to go with the clasp, because I'm using copper colored Acuflex, because I found that fit through the small holes in the smaller emerald beads. But what I had left of the small emerald rondelles was this, and it wasn't enough for a whole necklace, so I went and I pulled another pack of emerald that I have, which were graduated rondelles as well, but they were larger, 5x3 to 9x4, and those were also from jewelrymaker.com. I doubt they're still available, because my jewelrymaker.com purchases were mostly in the 2014, 15, and maybe some in 16 time frame. Yeah. And then I am using connectors. Now originally I was going to put the connector up here, but I thought it's not going to show, so I brought it down a little further, and then actually back here is where the emeralds started to get kind of smaller. So I only have 2 sets of 3 there, and I ended with the bicone and the little brass bead. So that's my thinking. So it's basically 3, 3, 3, and then 3 and 3 up here. So that's 5 sets of the emeralds. It comes to well, laying it out, it comes to about a 19-inch necklace. I think this will come down a little bit, and then with the clasp it will be about that. So I am going to go get more of these, and we're going to get started. And I'm just going to string, so I may put it on fast forward. I'm not sure, but I'll be right back. Okay, so these are the wire guardians. They're FCR 4167 from Bead. I got them in 2014, but since Bead is still in business now, you can check and see if they still have that number if you want them. They call them gunmetal plated wire and thread protectors, 0.024 inch loops, and there's 50 in a pack. All right, so again, I'm using this Acuflex. So for this first part here, well, actually, I think I'm going to do this long part here, and it's going to be, I need about 2 inches there for me to be able to hold on to it. So I'm going to cut about this much, which is, let's just see, I need to clean my ruler. 12 and about another 5, it's about 17 inches of beading wire. And so what we're going to do is put a crimp on, maybe. I should have brought my spectacle things over too that I wear to help me see these fine little holes, and I hope you're going to be able to see what I'm doing. If not, this video won't go up. Anyway, so we're just putting the wire guardian through there. Now, before I put it through the crimp bead, I'm going to pick up our finding and go like this. Now, you could use a jump ring if you want, but I'm going to hook directly on to our little connector because I think that's a little more secure. So we're putting this through the crimp bead, and this is going to lay like this. So I'm going to use, I'm trying to make sure they don't cross. I'm going to use my regular crimp pliers, and I'm going to go into the second hole there. I don't know if you can see. Come on, camera, focus. Jeez. This is why I don't do tutorials, because my equipment apparently is not very good. Even though other people have used the same webcam and have great luck, I do not, with the blurriness and stuff. So I don't know what it is. I need a professional to come in and help me get set up good. But not till I clean this room up. Okay. So anyway, I'm just going to crimp in that second notch, okay? Push down, and that should leave a little horseshoe shaped thing. So then I'm going to come in the front loop of the plier and just go around a few times. Squish it together a little bit. Go around, and then I am actually going to cut that little bit off because it doesn't really serve a purpose. Some people go back through the beads, but sometimes the bead holes do not like that. And like these little tiny 3mm, they probably won't fit another pass. And these are the ones I'm going to have trouble with the hole. There we go. All right. I didn't want to put the crystals right on the end because I thought they'd rub a little bit, so that's why I surrounded them by the oh my gosh, by the little square hematite, gunmetal, excuse me, beads. All right, and now we're gonna just start. I tried to lay these out in sort of a color order on both sides, but they're natural gemstones. They're not going to be exact. There we go. And we'll see if this will go through. Now see, these are different beads. Oh gosh, I should have checked that first. Yeah, there it goes. Sometimes if it doesn't go through one side, check the other side. I don't know why that is exactly, just how they drilled them. But yeah, so I'm gonna probably put this part on speed up, and you can just watch or not through this section. And I'll try and also break this into like chapters. So if you want to skip through the stringing, even though it's sped up, you can maybe hop to the, I don't know if it'll let me on this channel. I can do that on my other channel. But maybe you have to have 1,000 subscribers to be able to do that. So if I can't, I'll remove this conversation. But about the chapters, I'm pretty sure I can speed it up before I even upload to YouTube. Okay. guys, I got one strung and I'm seeing that it comes up to about the 7, which would be a 14-inch, and I want it to be to the 9, around the 9. So I think, design decision, I think I'm going to add another set of 3. Now, I don't have too many out of the larger pack left, and some of them are pretty deformed, so I might bring in the smaller emerald pack and see, and then I will not do chain that way because I just don't feel like I want to add chain on this necklace. So let's pull these out. Sorry for the crinkling, I'll leave those 2 in there. So we're going to need some over here as well. Let's see if we can find enough. I have this one really sort of large one. Those 2 are similar in size. Those 2 are. This one's pretty large too. And this one. And this one, I'm kind of liking these 2. Alright, I think what I'm going to do, these 2 are similar and those 2 are similar. I'm going to go like this. This one's a little bit fatter. Let's see if I can find maybe this one would work. Alright, that's what I'm going to do. So let's take this apart. I didn't put the crimp on? Yes, I did. It's right here. So let's see how that looks. And then we will also add, oh, I say that. Let me see if I can find the hole. Oops. We'll also add another small gunmetal. And all right, I can't see the hole. Let me do that and I'll come right back. Okay, so I got that strung. It only brought it up to 8, which would be 16-inch. So I'm going to make this a 16-inch extendable to 18. That's what my plan is now. I don't really want to add any more emeralds. I had trouble with this little one, so I had to find a replacement for the middle one because the hole's not big enough. And I could ream it a little bit, but I just am lazy. Don't want to do that today. So we're putting on a wire guardian. And then we're going to put the clasp. And put the this part on. The lobster. Because that using a lobster allows you to do an extender too. And then we're going to go back through this. And I did go through that little metal bead. Well, actually, and the crystal, and we'll stop it there. You don't have to do that, but this is the back of the necklace, so I'm okay doing it there. It doesn't really make it a whole lot more secure. Oh, that doesn't really move much in that clasp. Well, that might be alright too. Holds it steady. Alright. Again, bend it a little bit so that we can make sure, you know, that it's flexible, but pull the wire too and crimp. And then we don't really have a little dimple in that. Let's see. Always also do the pull test. I take it and twist it around a little bit. I think it's alright. Feels okay to me. I could have put a jump ring next to that, but now that's a little too short for the other side, and so are these lengths here, especially now that I added to it. I'll save them for other earrings or something. My little bits, or sometimes if you need an extra strand to put in there to make it thicker to be able to crimp, you can do that too. All right, so that's, you know, it's almost a 19, but I think I'll still add a 2-inch extender when we get that far. So I'm going to do the same exact thing over here, and then I'll come back. All right, everybody, so here we are coming down the home stretch. I've got this Wire Guardian on and crimped, and you can see if this measurement on this mat is right, we're at about 17 inches. So we're going to extend it, so it'll be 17 and 19. This is a set of extender chains from BB Craft. Let's see, and they're not all the same. So this is about 1.5 inches, so that's perfect. But we're going to put a bead dangle at the end of it, and we're going to use the crystals because, well, first of all, I thought that Charmed Findings pack had head pins, but they're all, either I used all the head pins or these are all eye pins. I was trying to make sure because I only need one head pin, but they're all eye pins. I could cut one off and use it, but I have some other ones, so I found. Now see, this is the difference. These are called gunmetal, but they look really black to me. These are also gunmetal plated, and they're from Bead, which I bought in March of this year, probably during their initial store closing, which isn't closing now. Anyway, I can always use head pins. And they're a little longer than what I need, but we're going to use them. So I forget how long these are. They look like 2-inch or 2.5 inch. They're 2-inch. So we use one of those. And then we need a crystal and one of those little beads. These beads. Gunmetal plated brass. And that will be our extender chain. I think we're not going to put one on the bottom. We're just going to put like this. Yeah, that'll be nice. So let me get my pliers. Did I bring my round nose? Yeah. So I'm just gonna, right at the top on my pliers, I've gotten it so that the very tip of my pliers, if I use that to bend it over, it leaves me exactly enough space, usually for 3 wraps. It does depend on the thickness of your, and I always go, thickness of your wire or head pin. I always go, I guess it's a little under 1/4 inch down, bend it over, loop it around, bring this around. This is a really stiff head pin. Let me get my other pliers. I don't know what I do here. There. Sorry. I want to give that a tug because I want that to look like a lollipop, and it's a little off. Hang on. Do that, bend it like that. It's a little better. Alright, and then we're going to just hold this end with our bent nose. You could use another pair of chain nose. The only thing I don't recommend is using round nose. These are chain nose, by the way. They come to a point even though they're flat on the inside. A lot of people call them flat nose, but that's actually technically incorrect because there is a flat nose plier which is straight out and flat across the top. And when I do my video to show you making ear wires, which I hope to do sometime soon, you'll see them because I do use them for a particular part of making ear wires. So there is 3 wraps, and we'll snip that off. These are Zoron pliers, which I love. Always hold that bit so it doesn't fly and hit you, your children, your husband, your wife, your cat, your dog, whatever. Or get stuck in the bottom of your foot because it landed on the floor, right? Because I tend to be barefoot or sock-footed up in my craft and jewelry making studio. Trying to get that in. Okay. Also, I have a pointier tip chain nose, and they would work good too. Now, I made a mistake. I should have wrapped that right onto this chain, so I need one of those jump rings to actually hook that on. Usually I wrap them right onto the chain, so I did a boo-boo. It's okay. It'll still be secure enough. And anyway, so we just need one jump ring there, and then we'll just open the other jump ring to hook, oops, to hook this chain on. Now these jump rings, I don't know if you can see, they're not really 100% closed. So sometimes what I like to do is get them, wiggle them till they actually come to the point where they can close, then open them back up, put your pieces on, and then go back and forth till they don't always click, but you can feel them rubbing, and that one definitely rubbed. Okay, and now we'll just hook that onto here. And this one is a little bit open too. Okay, and there we go. Okay, and there we have it. I will get a bust and I'll show you it on a bust, and I'll be right back. All right, and here is our necklace on the bust. I think it turned out pretty. And then the back just has our little extender dangle here, and that is our 17 extendable to about 19-inch necklace. And some of these beads are irregular. That's just the nature of the gemstones. But I did get the smaller ones toward the back, which is good. That's always a good idea to have your smaller ones in the back. Sorry, I'm out of focus there. So let me know if you like it. And again, that goes with the earrings that I made for the Pirate Pretties collaboration that aired on the 15th. So, and also I had said in that video that these are dangling, facing, the tails facing out, but if you just switch which ear they're in, then they'll be facing in towards your cheeks. Okay, so you can wear them either way. And also these can be shortened either by taking this off or the dragonflies off, if anybody would like them but would like them shorter. So that's it for my little bead with me. What's on my beading table. And really I wanted to do this to have a matching necklace, but also to, before I put everything away, because then I'll forget, right? So now I need to put everything away because I need to move on to my next project. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you'll come back again. The 18th is my collab jewelry making fun, so be sure to come back and see what we're making for that. There's about 10 of us in the collab, and you can just hop along and see everyone's makes. We post around noon on Eastern time on the 18th of each month. Okay, and we have different color theme and options, so do come back. Bye for now.